Coach Jordan McGowan visits us before his South Pemiscot Bulldogs get on the bus to travel to the University of Missouri for the Final Four. And Coach, such a thrilling moment for your ball team, for the City of Steel, for South Pemiscot School, first ever Final Four appearance. I know you have to be proud, and you got such a young group of players. What are your thoughts here before you get on the bus and head to Columbia?
We've had a great year. Our kids come in this year, to be honest, from people from the outside with a little bit of a low expectation. But I knew these kids were able, and it finally started clicking about mid-January when we played Malden and competed with them. Malden's a great team in our conference, won our conference, and we competed and kind of saw where we were coming to, and bought in to our system that we've been putting in defensively and been making big plays down the stretch. Had a great district tournament, beat Campbell for a third time, which wasn't easy, and played well in the district final, beating Hayti, who played us in double overtime, played us close here, beating them 2 out of 3 times. And then going on to Kabul on with the new rules of MSHA for teams hosting sectional and quarterfinal games, and us not hosting any of our postseason at all, and going on the road and winning is big time, especially with the amount of youth we have on our team.
Yeah, and it's a learning experience, and you reflect on it a little bit, and I hear so many coaches say, especially with a young team, you're trying to play your best basketball come district tournament, and I think that's exactly what your team is doing.
Yes, we've been playing really well, especially defensively. We've bought into offensively as far as what we do and what we have to do to win games, and we've made big plays. Everybody's going to remember, of course, Ty Campbell's shot, and Damari is tying it up. But one thing that is kind of unseen unless you see it, and our players know what I'm talking about here, is our senior, J.D. Morton, in that last play, if you watch it, sprints from the top of the key of our end all the way to the coach's box on the other end to cut off the Pemiscot player and turns him right into Ty Campbell for the steal. And that was a huge play that sometimes if you don't understand what we're doing, it would go unnoticed. And that was a huge play to get that turnover to begin with.
It probably wouldn't have happened without JD's hustle and making the guy with the ball have to turn and force the turnover. Well, let's go back to that Pemiscot game in the quarterfinals. Your team got down early in that ball game. Then it seems you found something that worked. You talk about your defense. The defense really turned the ball game around, made it back and forth after being down, pretty good digits there in the first quarter.
Pemiscot, when we started looking into them, when we knew we were going to play them in the quarterfinal, is a really good team that has moments of great runs. And we talked about having to handle those runs, and they hit us in the mouth early. Come out on the first quarter, and they were ready to go. I thought our team made adjustments, never quit. And just looking at it, Pemiscot was averaging almost 9 made threes a game, and we held them to 30%, 3 for 10. And that was one of the big key issues for us to do that. And if they made, like I said, 9 for 10, 27 points just on 3-pointers, and they were averaging close to 75. So they were getting those points somewhere else. And what a lot of people don't talk about Pemiscot is their ability to offensive rebound. And our kids really stepped up and rebounded the ball well and just completed an overall game plan that took it to the end to win it. So.
Well, let's talk about that team playing, obviously, in their biggest game of their high school careers. What was your message to the team at the half? Because I'll tell you what, people that may have doubted South Pem, I think at the half, thought these guys, they may pull off the upset.
Yeah, we went in the locker room up 1, and we were up 3 in that last possession before the half, and Pemiscot got 4 offensive rebounds to stick it to cut it to 1 at half. And we went in the locker room and went over the game plan to make sure we're staying on track. And when our kids get the message of what we're trying to do, they've been really coachable as far as sticking to what we want to do to win ball games. They've bought into what me and our other coaches have been feeding them, and it's paid off for them winning these ball games late.
Well, let's talk about that last sequence. First, the steal, and we talked a little bit about that, but that bucket just before the horn sounds. I was up at New Madrid. We were listening to Paul and also watching the video and trying to keep up. You got the ball, you had the momentum, kind of had the numbers. At that point, it's really, and I don't know if you had any timeouts left, but at that point, your best opportunity is to take the shot. Right.
And that's come down to that sequence really started with 1:24 left. Demarius Mayberry got fouled, went to the line, missed the first free throw, and Pemiscot called timeout. And we started, that's when we threw on our man press and got after that last minute that changed the game. And so that sequence really started with about 1:24. And they had a big play that made it 48-46, and then we got the ball down with 30 seconds left. I called a timeout, draw up out of bounds play. Pemiscot guarded it perfect. We brought it out, ran our offense, our motion offense we've been running all year, and Demarius makes a big play, finishing over the top of his defender, and then the rest is history. We get the big steal with JD cutting the guy off. Ty steals it, goes down, and hits the bucket. And going to go down in South Pem history for sure. Well, I'm sure in Coach Jordan McGowan's history as well. I won't ever forget it. I know it's something that coaches dream about as well. Let's talk about the team, the players on this team, and we talked to a few of them. But, to reach this point, it takes more than one or two to reach the Final Four. Right. Our group, that's been the message, especially to our guys that don't get to play a lot. Kind of go unrecognized. These young guys that are on our roster that don't get to play have been at practice and get our guys ready day in, day out. And without kids like that, we wouldn't be where we are. A lot of people go, oh, you just need 5 to play basketball, and that's not true. You got to have enough to come in to get 5 guys ready to play basketball. So those guys that have been in practice every day and not really getting the moment as far as the glory of the playing time right now, yes, they're all pretty much freshmen, sophomores. So their time's coming, and I really appreciate those guys. But to throw some other names of players out that have got to play this year is Logan Southern. Didn't get to play in that quarterfinal game, but usually plays for our bigs when we get in foul trouble. If that happens, has done a great job this year coming in and working those bigs in practice and stepping up in moments when we needed him to start throughout the season. I think he's had a couple starts this season. He's done a phenomenal job getting those kids ready and helping us do things that we need done for sure. You got Demarius Mayberry that we talked to earlier that's come in as a freshman. Didn't get to play much varsity until after Christmas, and he's definitely matured, come in our program mid-January and really helped us out at the varsity level. Then you got, of course, the rest of our starters there. When we talked to 3, one we haven't talked about, Jatarion Smith. He's our 6'3" big guy. The kid's blocked, averaging about 5 blocks a game. He's had some block shot games of 15 and 17 blocks in a game. The entire district tournament, he averaged a triple-double with, I think, 12 to 10 points, 12 to 10 rebounds, and at least 10 blocks per game in the district tournament. That's big time. He's definitely helped us get to the point where we're at.
Well, your opponent in that semifinal round will be the Hartville Eagles. What can you tell us about Hartville?
Hartville's been ranked #1 in the state pretty much all year. They fluctuated, I think, down to 2 about Christmas when they took their couple losses there at their blue and yellow Christmas tournament. I will say they're really big. Their smallest starter is 6'2". They start 4 6'2s and a 6'5". They're athletic. They shoot the ball real well. It's going to be a task, but I think our kids are ready. I think our speed is going to help, and I think we got a shot for sure. And I hope they're as worried about us, because our record for the Final Four doesn't show us, but Boot Hill basketball, as everybody knows, is strong, and I'm looking forward to the challenge.
All right, Coach Jordan McGowan, head coach of the South Pemiscot Bulldogs, and he's off to bring back a state championship to South Pemiscot. Good luck, Coach, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.